Hello my dear friends and welcome to StudyIQ. I am Joy and today in this lecture we will discuss about the year-end review of Ministry of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare. So under the year-end review of Ministry of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare, all the major schemes, initiatives and activities of the ministry during the year 2018 has been discussed. We have already covered the year-end review of Niti Aayog and the year-end review of Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs. So you can find those videos on the StudyIQ channel. So today we will be discussing about the year-end review 2018 of the Ministry of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare. Let us start. So first of all, what is meant by an year-end review of a ministry? So here the important schemes, initiatives, activities of that particular ministry for the last year would be discussed. Now it is a year-end, so every ministry would be coming up with the year-end review. What all are the activities undertaken by the ministry, schemes and initiatives brought in by the ministry, etc. So here we will see the Ministry of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare. Now first, moving on to the production scenario. What were the important activities or the schemes or initiatives taken by the ministry in the production scenario? First, let us see what were the overall activities taken by the ministry in this financial year, in the last year. First one is regarding the production target. Every year, a production target of food grains is being released by the Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare. So it is Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare that releases or fixes a target for the production of food grains in the country annually. So last year, that is 2018-19 financial year, the department had fixed a 290.25 million ton of food grain production for the year. And according to the official estimates, including the fourth advanced estimates, the country made a record food grains production and it was estimated about 284.83 million tons for 2017-18. And as per the IMD or the Indian Meteorological Department, the rainfall in the country was normal during the southwest monsoon season. This is very significant for India and especially Indian agriculture because a majority of Indian agriculture is dependent on southwest monsoon. So irrigation covers less than 50% of the Indian farms. Therefore, a majority of the Indian farms and Indian agriculture is dependent on the monsoon rainfall. And according to IMD, it was a normal year and the southwest monsoon was normal. Now coming to the production scenario in Rabi season. The total Rabi food grain production is around 140 million tons and it was higher than around 7.3 million tons compared to 2016-17. So the Rabi food crop production in the year has increased over 7.3 million tons compared to 2016-17 and it is also higher by around 13.5 million ton if we take the average of the last 5 years. And specifically, the Rabi rice and wheat productions have particularly increased compared to 2016-17 production as well as the last 5 years average. And also Rabi coarse cereals, pulses, oil seeds, etc. also registered a growth in the production during 2017-18 compared to 2016-17. Now coming to the Kharif season. The production of food grains during the Kharif of 2018 estimated around 141.59 million tons and this was also higher by 0.86 million ton compared to the last year. And comparing the production of Kharif crops with regard to the last 5 years average, it was almost 11.94 million tons more than the average of the last 5 years, that is from 2012 to 2017. And the total production of Kharif rice was higher than last year's production and over the last 5 years average. With regard to Kharif coarse cereals, maize, etc., they also recorded a increase in production. Regarding Kharif pulses has recorded a production that was lower than 0.12 million tons of pulses production than last year. The reason is that in the last financial year we have seen that there was an excess of production of pulses, and this led to the lowering or decrease in the prices of pulses in the market. So this year production came down, and with regard to kharif, oilseeds and sugarcane, there was an increase in the total production than last year and 5 years average. Now this is the production scenario in Indian agricultural economy in the last year. So overall we can say that the production was very satisfactory, and the overall production has achieved a record target as well. So it was 284.83 million tons. It was satisfactory overall, except for pulses, which has shown a downward trend. All other crops have shown a increase in the production. Now coming to doubling of farmers' income. One of the major targets of government is to double the farmers' income by the year 2022. And for that purpose, an interministerial committee has been constituted, and this interministerial committee will address the issues regarding farmers' distress or agrarian distress, or what are the challenges in achieving this doubling of farmers' income, etc. And this will make recommendations or strategies in order to achieve the target of doubling farmers' income. So, according to the interministerial committee, the committee identified 7 sources of income growth for the farmers, or 7 areas which will contribute to doubling of farmers' income by 2022. So what are the 7 areas? The first one is crop productivity. So an improvement in the crop productivity will help the farmers in achieving doubling farmers' income. So what is meant by crop productivity? Crop productivity refers to the quantum of crop produced in a particular piece of land. So increase in crop productivity means the quantity of crop produced in one particular piece of land should increase. Now second one is improvement in the livestock productivity. The third source is resource use efficiency, or cutting down the cost of production. So when the cost of production comes down, the income or the profit margin of the farmers will increase. So cost of production must be cut down by efficiently using the resources. For that there should be technological adaptation, irrigation facilities should be used, resources should be properly managed and utilized. So all this will cut down the cost of production, thereby increase the profit margin of the farmers, and thereby increase the income of the farmers. Now the fourth one is increase in the cropping intensity. The cropping intensity should be increased, and there should also be a diversification towards high value crops. The farmers should not only focus on food crops, but they should also diversify their production towards high value crops. For example, horticulture, fruits, vegetables, floriculture, etc. So there should be a diversification towards high value crops, and there should be an improvement in the real prices received by the farmers. So in order to attain a real increase in the prices received by the farmers, the value chain or the supply chain should be formalized. The role of intermediaries should come down, and we will see later in this lecture what are the initiatives taken by the government in order to bring the supply chain or the value chain into the formal sector or into the organized structure of the economy. So farmers should receive an improvement in the real prices. That means there is a difference between nominal price and the real price. So real price is when the nominal price gets an addition of inflation. So even though the price of commodities or food crops in the market is high, the benefit or the increased prices would not be diversified to the real farmer or the producer. That is because of the role of intermediaries or unorganized supply chain. So the real benefits of price change should be distributed among the farmers, and for that there should be a better price discovery mechanism. And lastly, it identified that there should be a shift from farm to non-farm occupations. So these are the 7 sources of income growth identified by the interministerial committee, which has been constituted by the government in order to recommend on increasing the farmers' income or doubling the farmers' income by 2022. And the interministerial committee is also looking for investments and infrastructural development in agricultural sector. So it suggests that increasing public and private investments, for example agricultural rural roads, rural electricity, irrigation, etc. will help in achieving this target of doubling the farmers' income. And it is also looking into the need for a policy support. So a policy support will help enable investments by corporate sector in agriculture. So there should be a proper policy or guideline which should be framed, which will help the corporate sector to invest in agricultural sector. And the government is also reorienting the agricultural sector by focusing on income centeredness rather than focusing only on production targets. And by considering all the recommendations of this interministerial committee, government has initiated certain reforms and schemes for the sector. Let us see what are the government initiatives in this regard. The first one is market reforms. Market reforms are initiated through state governments, and the state governments has amended the agricultural marketing regime. So market reforms have been initiated. Second one is the promulgation of Model Contract Farming Act. The Model Contract Farming Act encouraged contract farming through the state governments. So contract farming will help the farmers achieve better income through better resource mobilization and better utilization of the resources. The third initiative is that almost 22,000 Grameen Haats are to be upgraded to work as the centers of aggregation and for the direct purchase of agricultural commodities from the farmers. So Grameen Haats will encourage the direct purchase of commodities from the farmers, thereby providing better price discovery to the farmers. Now fourth is the ENAM initiative. ENAM is Electronic National Agricultural Market. So ENAM aims to provide farmers an electronic online trading platform. So ENAM is another initiative that will help the farmers to recover better pricing or best pricing for their produce. And next initiative is the distribution of soil health cards. So soil health cards are aimed at providing an optimization for the use of fertilizers by the farmers by providing awareness about the quality of the soil and also what crops will be best suited for the particular soil in which farmer cultivates. So soil health cards are widely distributed among the farmers. And another initiative is Per Drop More Crop. This is an initiative to encourage drip irrigation or sprinkler irrigation. And this will help in the optimal utilization of water. So one major issue with regard to irrigation is that the depletion of groundwater. So this issue can be resolved by using sprinkler irrigation or drip irrigation, and also government is promoting irrigation in all farmlands because almost a majority of the croplands in India is not covered under irrigation. So government is targeting to provide more irrigation facilities through better technology adoption like sprinkler or drip irrigation. Another initiative is the Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana or PKVY, and PKVY or Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana tries to promote organic farming. Organic farming is where organic material is used as fertilizers. There is an absence of use of fertilizers or like pesticides etc. in organic farming. So government is promoting organic farming through its Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, and Northeast has been developed as an organic hub. And the state of Sikkim has been identified as the first organic state in India. Now the next one is the launch of revised farmer-friendly Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana is a crop insurance facility provided to the farmers. It covers various types of risk from pre-sowing to post-harvest. This is the most important thing to be noted. It not only covers the crop risk but also any risk from pre-sowing, that is before sowing, and to post-harvest losses. So all this will be covered under the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, and it is provided under a nominal premium. So the premium amount paid by the farmer would be nominal and affordable, and this scheme aims to increase the reach of insurance facilities to all the farmers. Next one is Har Med Par Paid. This scheme aims at promoting agroforestry. So agroforestry is promoted through the scheme, and this will help the farmer to supplement the farm income, and this will increase the risk management and climate resilient agriculture. Next one is the National Bamboo Mission. Government has amended the Indian Forest Act of 1927 in order to exclude bamboo from the definition of trees. And at the national level, National Bamboo Mission was launched, and in the budget, Finance Minister referred bamboo as green gold. Next is the PM Asha scheme. PM Asha scheme tries to ensure minimum support price to the farmers for oil seeds, pulses and copra. And next initiative was the hike in the MSP. MSP is minimum support price, and government has approved an increase in the MSPs for almost all the Kharif and Rabi crops for 2018-19 season. So by increasing the MSP rates, farmers will be ensured better income. They will be assured minimum income which will be remunerative and decent. So by increasing the MSP, the farmers' income would also increase. So government has approved an increase in the MSP for Kharif as well as for the Rabi crops. Now the next initiative is Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture. And under the Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture, beekeeping has also been promoted by the government, and government suggests that horticulture will provide an additional source of income for the farmers. Next one is Rashtriya Gokul Mission. This is to enhance the milk production and productivity of cattle in order to make milk production more remunerative. So this is to enhance the production of milk and thereby to make sure that milk production is remunerative for the farmers. Next is the National Livestock Mission. It aims to increase the productivity and genetic improvement of the livestock. Two things, productivity plus genetic improvement. So these things are important while you answer an objective type question. So please keep in mind what are the objectives of these missions. The next one is the Blue Revolution, a new Blue Revolution with multi-dimensional activities mainly focusing on fisheries production. Both inland fisheries and also marine production is being implemented by the government. So a focus on fisheries sector in order to provide an additional income or livelihood option for the farmers. Next one is the National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. It is a revised strategy document for the period of 2018 to 2013. And this is one of the 8 missions in the Prime Minister's National Action Plan on Climate Change as well. So National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture comes under one among the 8 missions of Prime Minister's National Action Plan on Climate Change. So it has also got focus from the government. It focuses on sustainable agriculture. So these are the key initiatives taken by the ministry in order to increase the farmers' income and to meet the target of doubling the farmers' income by the year 2022. I will continue with this topic of year-end review of Ministry of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers in my next lecture. So this series would continue. And if you want to find the entire document, you can find it on the PIB website, or you can find the entire document of the year-end review of ministry from my Facebook page. In the next lecture, we will be continuing with the year-end review. And for the PDF of this lecture, please visit my Facebook page. You can download the PDF from my Facebook page. And for any queries regarding your preparations, you can message me on my Facebook page or you can email me at joyce.studyiq@gmail.com. Thank you.